Hey guys, regular guy here, how you doing? You can see behind me here is my garden, and it's, got a couple of plants in it. You can see them like right here, and a couple tomatoes over here. Today though, what I'm gonna be doing after I straighten my hat out, there we go, is I'm gonna be planting a potato tower. Yeah, and it's exactly as it sounds. What I'm going to be doing is getting this. I got to turn around so I don't trip. Be entertaining for you, but it would suck for me. I'm getting this cage here, and I've already got it. I've already got it dug into the ground. Well, not dug in, but I cut it in such a way that the tines were left open, and I pushed it into the ground. I fastened it together to make a circle, and it's about 30 inches in diameter, I suppose. I don't know. Let's check. That's kind of what I had figured. Well, I'm sorry, 40 inches in diameter. I thought 3 feet was too much. No, 30. That's 28 and a half. Yeah, I figured that 2 feet was too small, 3 feet was too big. So it's 28 inches, and it's about 3 feet tall, because I'm only about 4 feet tall, so it's going to be good. What we're going to do is we're going to make a nest in the bottom, and here's my cage. Well, I call it my cage. This is actually the tower. I'm not sure if you can see it. My hand is on top of it, and it goes all the way down to the ground, and it's kind of in there. I'm gonna shore that up a little bit better. I've got a mixing bucket, a bucket of water, so I don't have to keep running. Another portioning bucket, some black cow. This is for I'm not sure. This one is the manure. This one's the manure. This one is the compost, and this one is, as you can see it upside down, the peat moss. And yes, I did something I'd never done before. I went out and bought a bale of hay, because who the hell needs a bale of hay unless you're on a farm, right? So, yep, I got this hay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this hay, take it out, put it in my tower, and I'm going to line the bottom with hay and kind of come up on the sides a little bit, making like a nest. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the manure, the compost, and the peat moss in kind of equal parts in my big mixing bucket here. And then I'm going to spread that into the nest. I'm going to cut my seed potatoes, which are just potatoes I bought at the store, and I chose the one in the bag where I saw that they were already growing. So you can see they've got some eyes on them. I'm just going to cut them, put them in the dirt, cover them up with a little bit more of the soil. Then I'm going to start the process again. Hay on the bottom, put my mix, and of course it's got to be heavily watered. And well, you'll see the stages as I progress. So here's my nest of hay. You can't really tell from these angles, but it's doesn't quite look like a nest. And I barely even touched my bale, so I think I'm gonna have a bunch of hay left over, as well as the peat moss. The other stuff I'm not sure. Here's my mixture. I've just started to mix it. I'm putting it in the water, and this nest will become much more pronounced as I put my soil mixture in it. So let's do it. All right, here's my my nest with the soil in it. What I'm going to do is, I've got some of my seed potatoes here. I'm going to cut them in half, and maybe some in thirds, the bigger ones, the ones that have the seeds, the eyes growing out of them. Put them in eyes side down, because those are going to be the roots, and they're actually going to grow into the, I think I might need a little bit more nest for this bottom one, and a little bit more dirt, I'm sorry. And then put those guys in, cover them with a little layer of well, you can't see it in there, but I've got a little bit more in there to cover them up. And from what I've heard, this stuff needs to be almost soupy when you put it in and water the crap out of it. So I'm going to do that now. Put the potatoes in, cover it up, and then we start again. Another nest, another layer of soil and potatoes, and a little more soil, and then another nest, and, well, you know, and so on and so on. All right, here we go. And the idea is that these potatoes, when you plant them eye side down, which are going to be the root, I think. I'm not even sure, but that's what they say. It's going to grow into the soil, and where the sun is going to peek through this nest is where the tops are going to grow out of. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you updated, you know, week by week, or when I see a change, I'll let you know. And here is my finished tower. I put a stake in the ground just to kind of hold it, because sometimes we do get high winds here. And you know, my garden, I watered them, so they're still a little wilty. Give them a couple hours, they'll perk up. Actually, these little guys have perked up already. Sun beats the crap out of them, and then I come by and water them. And yeah. Anyway, this is it. Okay, as you can see, I'm kind of sweaty. Yeah, it's warm out here. I mean, it's not typical Florida hot, but it's warm. It's warm. So here's what I did. I showed you the steps, and then I just kind of continued up, and that's kind of as far as I got with the material I had. I used about a third of a bale of hay, a third of a bag of peat moss, and then I used up all of my manure and all of my compost, my mushroom compost soil. So that's as far as I got. And we'll see. I mean, if I feel like adding more next weekend, I'll add more. If I don't, I won't. You know how it is. Us old guys, man, we gotta straighten my hat. There we go. We gotta watch out for ourselves. So I've cleaned everything up, as you can see, and we'll see what happens. I think 2-3 months seems like a lot of work for a few potatoes, but maybe it'll be more than a few. That would be great. Yeah. As Bill Lumberg would say, that would be great. All right. I'll see you guys later.